But okay, somehow we've pulled out 3 wins in a row. Don't know how. I definitely don't have that solid of a win rate in general. Usually I'm fooling around too much. And in fact, we seem to still be having some fun with it. And somehow coming out on top. So maybe we may get 4. Probably shouldn't be saying anything and should just let the chances or the pieces fall as they may. Let's try it out. It would almost hurt me not to put an ant in the front because we've done it every time. And that might be the key to our victory. Let's test this theory. Oh, I guess we didn't have an ant last time, but we did have a giant piggy. So let's go double duck instead. Ducks right now are pretty solid, as mentioned multiple times over the course of the evening here. But amazing mushrooms, suspicious mushrooms, I think has my bet so far. Suspicious fossils. Yeah, the devil put them there to trick us, so aren't all fossils suspicious? Let's go suspicious mushrooms. I like that. Give it a shot here. Very likely to lose this one. I mean, we do have the best stat unit at the very least, so ooh. No, we lose just barely. Yeah. Had my hopes up for a moment, but brain caught up eventually. I saw the mushrooms vent. Very, very suspicious. But I'm sure the mushrooms would immediately just call the same thing back on you, since that's how the game usually goes. More ducks? Maybe 1 mosquito? The annoying build, nothing but ducks and mosquitoes. Annoying in different fashion, or in different senses as well. Covering all of our bases. Real life annoying versus in-game annoying. Very meta, very cool. And wow, those are some hard-hitting horses. In fact, that is going to do the trick for you, which is surprising to me. I don't give a whole lot of credit to horses. Not a huge fan. But sometimes the stars align just so that it works out. Mosquito. Do I care about upping my mosquito count here? Alternatively, could freeze you. Roll once, see if we get like a dog or something. I'm looking for a target for these ducks. Crab's not bad, but I've done that before where my crab is the highest health unit on my team, and so they're just absolutely a textless pet at that point, essentially. But a big mosquito paired with a big dog? No big dog. But hedgehog. Do we abandon the attempts for a perfect streak for some fun? Regardless, elephant at the back can win us early game. Hedgehog at the back could do the same, I guess. We also have a lot of money because we're selling these. We'll go up to 12. So I could freeze the elephant, roll the hedgehog. I want to make hedgehog work so bad. But I think I need to stop trying to make hog happen. It's not going to happen. Decisions. Hey, Brent, how's it going? Saw Admiral playing this the other day. Seems difficult. It definitely has a little bit of a learning curve to it, figuring out what all the potential combos are and stuff like that. But I found it pretty easy to get a hang of. As somebody who's definitely not been a huge fan of auto battlers in the past, because I find in general auto battlers are too complex for me, and it doesn't quite jive with the way my brain works. This one, for whatever reason, I've just immediately latched onto and absolutely love the way the combo play works and the kind of mixture between simplicity and some complex like mechanics that can pull out. But yeah, I laughed mid-sentence there because I'm glad you you got the reference there, Brent. Stop trying to make fetch happen. Okay. Yeah, hedgehog build can be funny but aren't very consistent. Yeah, that's what I'm usually afraid of, unfortunately. I do believe in you, hedgehog. Just doesn't quite get there, but regardless, we could run one short term, right? Because we'll have 3 slots open here. So let's see if we can't get a big hog going here. You can go up in front. Hedgehog, I mean, doesn't kill most of our team. Round 3, it'd kill most of the enemy team. Could get a little weird with it. But I think we'll play it safe and run these kind of niche meh targets in the back. That way our elephant isn't hurting anyone on our team. Hedgehog barely scratches the elephant, so I think that's an even trade-off. And last but not least, we can feed our mosquito a bit. Get that honker going. I also just realized last build we had that huge pig, and I totally missed out on the opportunity to talk about a huge honker that we had on the line. Something that I usually think of in respects to fish. Well, I guess, wait a second. Why did my brain think that pigs honk? Pigs oink. It's a swan that would be a big honker. Ignore me. Scratch that, edit that out. We never said anything. We were very smooth, cool, and collected. Ducks honk too, yeah. Ducks geek. I guess swans trumpet, so even that was incorrect. I'll hit it one of these days. Torinski honk? Sometimes. But okie dokie. Is it too late for a dog? Bus honks too? You're not wrong. And it took me a moment for the brain to recognize that there are buses in this game. They come after deer. Everyone knows this. Facts of life. Let's roll once with the dog, see if we want to make it work. Because it's a potential. What? Yeah, there are buses. In this game full of cute little animals, of course there's a bus. Why is there confusion there? The cutest animal, cutest woodland creature of them all, a bus. Do I dare? Guess let's roll one more time, then we can decide what we want to do with our lives. Because it would be selling the fish to bring in a dog, you level up animals by combining them? Exactly, Brinth. So 3 animals total gets you to level 2, and then you need another 3 on top of that to hit the max, which is level 3. And the majority of your critters will have their effect or their text increased by a certain amount or do something fancy. There's the occasional one that doesn't upgrade on level up, so you're just gaining statistical bonuses. Because yeah, combining them, you also get a +1/+1 to the higher statted pet between the two. So that's something that took me a while to figure out. I thought you had to be really careful about how you combine them, but luckily the game kind of helps us out in that regard. Make sure that it's always the strongest little buddy that it possibly can be. And so, let's buy the dog, and then we need to sell the fish to give us a nice summon slot. That will allow us to bring in the beaver here. Here, be switching to the good screen, shutting off the bad screen. I'll try my best not to lose. I guess we'd have to lose like 5 rounds. That's just bad math. It'd be 4 here, but then we're going to go up a level. It's going to be like 3 anyway. Going way too deep into random maths. But let's sell the beaver. Hopefully it's the dog. Love to see it. Also, nice elephant. And then, question becomes, do we bring in a pig to get slightly more money back when we sell them next turn? Almost guaranteed to sell them next turn. Or try to bring in something more consistent for our future, dodo or the like. I think I land on pig. We still have a pretty strong team for where we're at in the game, rather. And so I think we'll be okay to try this one on for size. And that's looking pretty solid. I like these numbers. That works for me. Absolutely beautiful. Back before you could even win-lose? Sounds about right. I spent a very long time dawdling each and every opportunity here. But I'm glad you don't have to miss out on the sweet action. The intensity. And let's keep a turtle around. Probably to give our mosquito a little bit of melon armor. See how many different ways I can pronounce mosquito over the course of the evening tonight. And then Do I want to buff anything up? Could buy, sell a turkey just for funsies. That's something. I was talking about camels earlier, and I'm so, I don't know, admire, that's not a admiration. I could not conjugate that word properly. So entranced by the idea of putting a camel behind an elephant so that the elephant's dealing 1 damage and you're getting like the full 5 stacks out of this. But I think that's something that's too fancy for its own good. And it doesn't actually work out well. And you just end up running like your camel gets sniped and then your elephant murders your hedgehog that was behind the camel, killing the rest of your team. Exactly, Mosquito. And this game is free. It is indeed. Yeah, there is a pay to win animal pack that gives some more critters to bring onto your team. But this version that we're playing right now, completely free. I would highly recommend checking it out yourself. It's a whole lot of fun to play. Fairly addictive, but it's nice because unlike a lot of the other video games I've been addicted to in the past, this one doesn't have hour-long games that suck up the entirety of your day, and instead you can just hop on. If you play quickly and you're not spending every other turn taking these like 3 extra minutes to chat, you can get through a game in like under 15 minutes every time. And so it's a great like release on days where you've been really busy and you just have that like half an hour to play something. I like to pop into it and just play a couple of rounds, nice and fast, easy breezy, beautiful. You know how it is. Yes, app's nice when you need a DCSS break. I can see that. It's a good break from that game for sure. Go to the polar opposite of both like cutesiness and also the general intensity and thought necessity required to play. There's a better way to word that somewhere, but I cannot think of it now. I'm just a master of the words today, doing absolutely brilliantly and trying to convey my thoughts in a good manner here. Okay, we can sell the duck, go up to 8, buy, sell a pig. Get that dog bark in here. Beauty. And then we still have enough for potentially double buy. I guess we could also buy, sell one more thing. Could buy a turtle, pill it, bring in something else. I guess it would be a crab, even though I'm not a fan. Download this, but it also reminds you want to play Luck Be a Landlord. That's another one that I actually found fun for very similar reasons to what I just said about this game. Luck Be a Landlord, I mean, not the shortness part, because you can have runs that last to infinity and beyond in Luck Be a Landlord, but very much the same level of like casual fun, where it's just enjoyable. It has the cutesy graphics, the fun colors and bright lights flashing. And Luck Be a Landlord also really like dives into the synergy side of games like these, which I guess this game does too, which is what made me think of that, where you're really getting to find wacky fun combinations that do weird or strange things. It's super fun. And it shakes the icons around. Exactly. What's not to love? Shake icon, activate dopamine. It's an easy shortcut for sure. Nothing quite like the mix of dopamine and serotonin that gets released in games like these. When big numbers show up, you gotta love it. Big numbers, better hits. But okie dokie, elephant, I think you're mostly a placeholder to get us through this middle section of the game in one piece. I don't think I upgrade you. Might be a mistake moving forward, but I believe in what I say. So let's roll past for now. Crab I'm not a huge fan of, so if I have to get rid of somebody in this lineup in the near future, I think it's you. I mean, 7 health crab, could put meat on it. I might be better off selling my hog. Dum. Because yeah, we could buy, sell a pig, mostly for the fun numbers on the dog. Bigger numbers, better run. And then end up with maybe another toidle? That's right. You thought it was just mosquitoes? It's all the animals. We're pronouncing them all in every way possible. You think selling hogs against TOS on stream at least? Aw, shucks. There goes my entire plan for the evening. Let's do it anyway, though. Just don't tell Bezos. Selling my hog live on stream. Selling a different type of hog live on stream as well. Don't mind me. And probably gonna pick up the turtle to end it off here. I guess dodo's kind of fun, right? Put a dodo behind the crab so it's stealing health from in front. Attack from the back. When you put it like that, ain't that just the thing? Of course, more hogs showing up right after we sold ours. Embarrassing. But I guess it's probably gonna be dodo. And then instead of meat, I'd actually keep the apple around to buff our dodo and try and get a bit of a mix and match going on there. Roll me again. Crabs are one that we don't have to worry about leveling up because they don't actually gain an increase in effectiveness. The one thing that you can do with the crab is just stack them behind each other and make sure that you're passing the health total back along the line. But one crab is good enough for me, regardless of how effective that may be as a strategy. I think I'd rather keep it as is. And then the only question here is, do I want to apple someone, or we could turtle, pill to kill, dodo, save up for the future. If I'm gonna pill to kill, I'll probably do it in front of my dog. So sorry you have to witness this, buddy. Such is the way of life, though. Life is pain. Anybody who's anybody who tells you differently is selling you something. That's a line that I need to refresh myself on. One of my favorite movies. Not sure how well that line is remembered specifically, but one crab is crab, two crab is crabs. Not wrong. See how this goes. That roux is going to be slightly frightening. More than slightly frightening. Melon Dog almost does it for us, but not quite. Oh, shucks. There's another loss, taking down 3 health. We do have 2 more losses before we end it all. Hopefully we can get back on the track before then, because I definitely want to see 4 wins in a row. That'd be nice. And one of the only opportunities I'll probably ever have to gain a streak victory on that magnitude, because in general, just not how things usually shake out. So I was debating selling something like my elephant or my dodo, so we'd have an open slot to keep buffing the dog. $20 is $20. Seems nice. You saw someone win with a level 3B if I'm trying for a challenge run sometime. How do you get a level 3B? Do you have to honeypot things, then kill them, and then do it again, and then combine the bees? That is mind-boggling. And they won with that? Spending so much, yeah, pill honey. Okay, holy crap. That's something, all right. That's quite the challenge run. Maybe we'll have to do it sometime just to see if we can. But that seems wild. Okay, I think I'm going to sell my dodo. Dodo crab, high health unit is a really fun combination, but we're not getting the health we need, and turn counter is a ticking. I think I need that 6-9 in the back just to give us slightly more assurance in our future, and I was hoping that we'd get a good buy off the upgrade. Scorpion this early on is huge. It was on the other animal packs. You don't know if that makes a difference. Trying to think, because you have, like, they're the beetles that have better like food usage early on. So I could see that maybe factoring in there where you use the red and green beetles early on, feeding them honeybees so they buff up everything in the shop, and then you kill it, and then bring in a buffed unit. Wait, no, you don't create a slot though because you're making bees. Anyway, something to that extent. But I doubt it makes too much of a difference. I think regardless, it's impressive at the very least, no matter how you slice and dice it. But I think we'll be bringing in the scorpion here. Let's re-roll once. Oh my gosh. Am I bringing the scorpion in here? Or is it a monkus? Okay, you're going up to 8 health. I could sell the crab, bring in monkey and scorpion, but scorpion would have to be a second line unit. So we're buffing up our Mosquitow. Get a little wacky, get a little weird. I mean, a scorpion is probably better than a crab in position 2. Who's the better 8-armed creature? I guess crabs have 10. Dang it, I'm an idiot. Also the tail. Does the tail count, I guess, as an appendage, which is what I was trying to think of to say, but just completely slipped my mind at the most critical of moments, like it do. So let's kill you. Bring in the monkus. That's going to be buffing up our mesquite. Then scorpion in line 2. I guess we could put dog up. Oh, for a second, my brain broke. I wasn't sure how our dog got a buff, but right, that's just how dog works. I'm just stupid. Let's unfreeze the salad, though, and then we can get a couple of rerolls, seeing if we find anything that changes our life. I mean, a pear's probably on the menu. Double pear? Yeah, we're still level 4, so it's not like we're getting chocolate. I think pears are my favorite find here when everyone's already meloned up to their gourd here. Worth a shot. Let's try it out. Okay, this could be a good scorpion. If it works out, oh my gosh, it's gonna work out. Remove melon armor, scorpion kills. Beautiful, perfect scorpion. Just as we drew up. Planned, calculated, and absolutely smacked. Let's feed our Doge. Feed our Doge. Roll once, and this team is still potentially strong enough to make it through another run here. So I think Can actually works out because a decent number of these are going to be replaced in the future. So let's buff up our once and future shops instead. And keep it rolling here. In general, I find scorpions an interesting critter in the game because it is so seemingly luck dependent, where if it's in the perfect position, it will absolutely win you runs by a long shot. But you can't really tell where you want to put it. I mean, position 1 scorpion for the majority of the game is going to wreck house. But both the teams we fought against recently had kind of like chumps up in the front. Cheeky position 2 scorpion. Always trying to be a little cheeky here, get a little weird with it. Could even run it like position 3. Can also work out. You never know how it's gonna shape. Probably have with Scorps that it just gets bodied by melon armor. Exactly. You're trying to position it to avoid the... Normally there's like 1 melon armored unit on the opponent's team, especially at this stage in the game, this early on. It's rare that you get the double turtle pill combo like we did. So generally you're just trying to play mind games with opponents that you've never seen before. You have no idea what kind of builds they're going for. And you're playing the mental gymnastics required to try and guess where's there going to be no melon armor. It's a wild ride at the very least. But let's roll me. Mosquito, I don't think is long for this world, but is longer than the elephant. Elephant's not doing a lot back here. As nice as its stats are, I don't think that it's going to be winning us games that we would otherwise have lost. At least it would be a bit of a close call. So we could replace it with like a skunk. I almost replaced the vowel in skunk with a different vowel sound, and very glad that I didn't. Skink would have been okay. Let's call it a skink. Or skonk. Something that I love doing in my day-to-day life, replacing random like vowel sounds or pronouncing words weirdly. There we go. In general. But you got to be careful when you're doing it live on stream, because who knows what kind of nonsense you'll end up spouting. But you know what? It might be time for... Can't say... Actually, skink doesn't work because a skink is a reptile, isn't it? It's a different animal. Got to keep this thing straight. And, okay. Double monkey is probably the way I move forward here. Getting rid of the elephant, running double monkeys in the back. Skinks are small lizards, also the best units in Lizardmen for Warhammer. That's probably where I most recently heard of them as well. That or like an aquarium visit that I did on my honeymoon. But it was definitely somewhere in the forefront of the mental files here. Let's roll a couple times at the very least. Again, cans sound good to me. We're probably replacing a bunch here at some point in the future. Now everything's essentially as strong as our mosquito here. Had to stall a bit as my brain was like, wait a second, you're about to say this right. Ended up saying it right anyway, so who's looking dumb now? I'll spoil it for you. It's me, as always. But let's try this one out. Big dog, the cheeky position 2 scorpion. The one thing that gets past the whole melon armored scorpion debate is if you have the sneaky buff scorpion. Get it over 20 attack and then it's absolutely stomping. I think once I've had like a 30s statted scorpion up at the front, and they managed to chonk through, I think, a max of like 3 units. So that was pretty sweet, but not something I would put my money on by any stretch of the imagination. Also, I don't know why I still have the skunk frozen. I don't think we're going to go with you. I'm sorry. We're going to go a different direction with this. Triple bison. Exactly when you don't need it. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to say no to that. I'm tempted to keep around one of these shooters. If I had to pick one, I mean, dolphins are nice. Dolphins are another really solid anti-scorpion pick. Snipe them out of existence. Can also snipe crabs really well. So that's kind of sweet. I think recently a dolphin has saved my life because it sniped a scorpion that otherwise would have taken out a 50-50 unit. So I'm definitely feeling a little personally biased in their favor at the moment. Let's think about it. We'll snatch you. We'll freeze you. And don't get anything else that impresses me. I mean, probably not going to combine monkeys. We could replace the mosquito with the dolphin, slightly better stats, but that melon armor I think is pretty huge. So let's instead buy you, buff up our dog a bit, and then we can afford to roll twice actually if we're potentially selling our mosquito pal. And ooh, chocolat. Interesting. So that means monkey combination might be happening next round. Question becomes once more, are you worth it? Mosquito, do I want you? If I sell you now, I don't have to come up with any new ways to pronounce your name, which I'm already doing a horrible job of, so there is a bonus there. Don't get me wrong. Alternatively, we could reroll one more time. If we get another monkey, we could still run double monkeys with one being level 2. Wouldn't that be just the thing? We have a little bit of health to work with, but not as much as I'd like. 8-8 mosquito probably isn't going to be the make or break point either. You've done great, mosquito. You got us through the early game. When we needed you most, you were there for us. But I think we're going to go in another direction. So sorry. You're fired. But let's try that one out for size. See how she goes. Plus mushrooms. What have you got? The friendly bell towers. So that's a much more wholesome and cute name. We do kill their rhino with our scorpions, so we're really getting lucky there. Unfortunately, we definitely lose these. Even with the perfect luck, so no more losses. We want to keep the streak alive. Can't be doing none of that. Tiger, unfortunately, it doesn't do much for us right now. We could tiger our dolphin, I guess. Could hope for a snake showing up soon. That'd be nice. That'd be quite the treat. Would I buy him or chocolate onto a monkey immediately? Maybe. Sounds like it could be something that I would do. Let's pop that bad boy on. Probably end up combining you, bringing in a tiger behind the dolphin. Don't need to worry about upgrading our dog. I think he's beautiful just the way he is. And what else? What else? Okay, this is our last stage, 6 gold. If we combine, buy a tiger, we could afford a pair. Alternatively, we could re-roll a couple more times and see if we get anything that changes my tune here. Tyron Dolphin isn't huge. Slightly better stat lines than what we have currently, which could have actually won us that last battle, so there is that to be said. Let's do it. We combine you. Unfortunately, we don't have space in our roster here for the level 6 that would otherwise pop up. Shame too bad, because I was kind of hoping for a snake. A snake instead of the dolphin would probably be up my alley. But for now, let us get this dog buffing and hope we don't lose here. Depends on what type of team we end up coming up against for sure. If they have a cheeky scorpion position too that wipes out our dog, I'm going to be real upset about it, but not really, of course. It's all fun. Oh, you son of a gun. You killed my scorpion. You bastard. And okay, we definitely win those easily. Perfect. Love to see it. I wasn't worried or nothing. I'm not shaking over here. And let's see. Fly. Not what we're looking for. Mosquito returns. That's the thing about mosquitoes. You can never quite get rid of them. They're everywhere. Multiply like flies. Brain broke for a second. What do I even want to do here? Probably none of you. Crocodile. Do we want to try snipers again? Also, wait a second. I keep talking about the streak. I lost one of these games, didn't I? I lost the sniper build. Why is my brain so broken today? What's wrong with it? Interesting. Well, we'll just breeze right on by that, pretend it never happened. More importantly, what do we want to do here, huh? Let's all focus on this for a moment instead of me. Crocodile if we want to go shooters. Cow could finish buffing up our dog a little bit early here, especially if we want to get rid of the monkey decently soon, which is a possibility. It's going to take 5 turns to make a big scorpion happen, so that's not a thing. We'll probably end up selling the monkey as soon as our dog maxes out. I want a snake, but don't we all? Probably should keep you around a little bit longer. Even though it's weird, my brain thinks of going from a 1-1 to over 2020 as being an eternity, but really our dog is almost just as far away from maxing out, and yet that seems like it's just around the next bend. Funny how that works. I don't think we get rid of the scorpion, even though it's tempting. It's very tempting. If just because, as mentioned earlier, scorpions have a little bit of RNG thrown into the mix with them. If you end up scorpion straight into like a 1-1 deer, you feel like a fool. However, if you take out a 50-50 rhino, you feel like a champion. So there is that. Maybe no cow. As much as I love you, you're a real cutie. We'll say no to you. Sorry, friend. We're not helping your other buddy, Mr. Bath Cow. It is on brand, now that I think about it. But unfortunately, hard decisions have to be made sometimes. We do what we must. Melon armor? Are we keeping you around? Probably not forever, but for now? A10 isn't horrible. With melon armor, it will generally hit for 16, so that's something. Especially if these units are taking out the big chonky boys. Let's not accidentally give it to our scorpion, though. That's a mistake that I've been fortunate enough to never be haunted by, is accidentally replacing the peanut butter effect with something else. Does the piercing attack work on the scorpion and kill 2 units? So unfortunately not. And it's actually based on what I was just saying, because if you put the chili pepper on the scorpion, it overrides their peanut butter. And so you don't get the poison attack anymore. Otherwise, that'd be incredible. Definitely huge. But on that note, like I said, I've been so tempted so many times to pop something onto the scorpion, being like, oh, if you one up the scorpion, it kills 2 units. Mind blown. But unfortunately, doesn't quite work out that way. Rippo down, exactly. It's unfortunate. Also, hello, Sad Richard. Nice to see you here for the first time. Hope you enjoy the stream. Maybe you have lurked in the past, I guess, so it's not the be-all end-all, but love to have you around, regardless. Let's get the dog buff in a little bit faster. That way we can sell the monkey maybe a little bit faster as well. Picking up another tiger isn't a huge priority because it's another effect that doesn't stack, unfortunately, with level ups. How does this math work out? I think we just kill you with our dog. It's a shame. Scorpion didn't really do a lot of work and we lose. Thanks, it's your first time. Well, yeah, welcome. I appreciate you taking the time to drop on by here. And there we go. A streak that might not have even existed because I might have lost one in the middle and just forgotten about. Down the drain. Such a shame, too bad.